Hello, hi there, this is Salman and I am making a video for the big help at OASIS in Texas A&M University at Qatar. Today I'll be teaching you a bit about SolidWorks. So as you can see, I've got SolidWorks loaded on my desktop. As soon as I click onto it, it starts opening and it shows this cool picture of a car, and it can change as well. Now this is SolidWorks 2013, so SolidWorks 2013 is a bit different than SolidWorks 2012, but essentially all the major processes, they're all the same. But just those of you who are working on the older version, just keep in mind that we might be having certain changes, certain differences along the way, but I will let you know if there are any. This is how SolidWorks open. In order to make any drawing or any part in SolidWorks, because that's exactly what it is used for, it's an engineering application, you can just click on the Control New or Control N, or just click on this button. It will show up this new SolidWorks document window. You can make a part which is just a small component and it does not have any other connected parts to it. It's just one whole part, one whole big chunk of it. And then what you can do with those parts is you can just assemble them all up in this assembly diagram, in this assembly drawing. And then the last one is just a drawing. This is just a 2D representation of either your part or your assembly in a 2D format. Now let's start. When you click OK, this window, now this is the SolidWorks working model. This thing is known as what is it known as? It's known as the graphing or the modeling area, where you make your part. On top over here, if you can zoom here, this is known as the command manager. Now the command manager gives you certain tools that you will be required in order to for you to create your part or to make any changes to it. On your left is this design tree, which is just an outline of your part. It shows you exactly where you are, and it will keep on updating itself as you progress. So let's start off with a drawing. So to start off with anything, to start off with your drawing, the first thing you need to check is your units. What are the units that software has that we are working in? And in order to be consistent, you need to make sure that you work with the same units throughout. In order to make or you choose your units, you can click on this button here and then go to options. From options, as soon as this window opens up, you go to document properties and then go to units. From units, you can select the unit system that you're using. Since we are in this region, we will be using the meter, kilogram and second unit, the MKS. We will start with the front plane. It's important that again these references are just references that SolidWorks uses for itself. So the front plane, top plane, right plane are just for you to start with your drawing and to align your drawing appropriately with the references already given in SolidWorks. Now it is important because the applications of SolidWorks can be way more than just creating a part on it. Okay, so on your left you will see things such as the front plane, top plane, right plane, and as I hover the mouse over it, you will see these planes. To work on either of these planes, it is very important that you reference your planes and you know which plane you're working on, because when you want to manufacture your part, you will have to make sure that the part comes out completely fine. And these are the planes that SolidWorks uses for its own reference. So let's start on the front plane. I'll try to make it normal as I just showed here. I'll start off with a center rectangle. I'll click on the rectangle. Now you can use different sorts of rectangle if you click on this scroll down button, or this whatever this button is. So you can use this, and I will try to center my rectangle along the on the origin. So as I click on the origin, I can start spreading my rectangle, and when I spread, I will see that there are these X and Y coordinates that come automatically on the right. Now these coordinates are basically your length and the width of the rectangle. This is good for your references, but this is not the exact, or this is not the saved dimensions for the rectangle. And when you click on it, you will see that the rectangle, and when you click on it, you will see that the rectangle has been done, and on your left this window opens up. These are the different parameters of your rectangle. You can change them accordingly, but let's just, for the time being, let's just click on OK, And as soon as you click OK, notice on your left you will see this button, this new thing has just come up here, which is the sketch 2. Now this is our sketch here. It should by default show sketch 1, but since I was working on something else, so the sketch 1 was from there. So it by default shows sketch 1 / sketch 2, but notice that there's a negative sign on the left. Now this negative sign shows that you have reduced parameters, or you have not defined your parameters of your rectangle, and that's the reason why the drawing is not yet complete. In order to dimension or define the parameters, you can just click on the smart dimension tool and then click on any of the members and then start assigning them, you know, the length and the width. So in our case, let's go with 0.12 meters, and over here let's go with 0.16 meters. And as soon as I click enter, the whole figure becomes black. Now this black shows that your diagram has been completely defined and you don't have to deal with it anymore. So you can just pretty much go ahead with this drawing and click on write. So our drawing so far is complete. One important thing that I forgot to mention, it's you need to make sure that the units that you're working in are completely consistent with your drawing. In order to see which units you're working on, you can click on the options button from here and then go to document properties and click units, and then you will see by default SolidWorks takes you to the meter, kilogram and second system. However, if you want to change your unit system, you can just come here and change it accordingly, and then it will, all the values that it shows here are going to be the values in that system. So make sure you do that. We will continue with this drawing and try to make something, some kind of a part out of it in the next video. Hope this helps. Thank you.